What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at the new Star Wars set, Shadows of the Galaxy. And look, I know I showed you Shadows of the Galaxy the other day. I showed you some of the accessories from Game Genic that were coming, and I told you what we could learn from them. It was fun talking about the new set and what we might be able to learn about it. Well, the official reveal of the set has come down from the lovely folks over at FFG, and they've gone and shown us the first two leaders from the set, as well as a bunch of other cards. We have got Moff Gideon, as we were expecting. We have got the Mandalorian, as we might be expecting. Weirdly, they are not using his name. They are literally just calling him the Mandalorian, though is a unique unit, as you might expect. And they've shown us a bunch of other cards as well, so we can get a flavour of the set. Yes, these are starter deck leaders. They are the ones coming in the starter deck. Why are they showing us the new set so far out from the release of the new set? Well, they've got to start the reveal cycle at some time, and it's not like they're showing us everything, they're just showing us a little bit of a tease. Also, they have gone and shown us this key art, which shows us 3 characters, including Darth Maul. I love the prequel trilogy. I love Darth Maul. This image makes me very happy indeed. Oh, and we have got some new mechanics to have a play around with as well. So, what have we got with Shadows of the Galaxy? Well, they tell us that it's taking the focus off the conflict between the Empire and the Rebel Alliance, and is putting the Outer Rim at centre stage, with bounty hunters playing a big role in the set. Again, we got Mandalorian, etc. But let's start off with Mandalorian. Why not? This is a fun card. So what we've got here is you've got your leader, and when you play an upgrade, you may exhaust a leader, and if you do, you exhaust an enemy unit with 4 or less remaining HP. But of course, you're not attacking when you're undeployed anyway, so you exhaust your leader. Fine, it doesn't really matter if you exhaust your leader. But then you get to exhaust one of your opponent's units as well. This sounds like fun. Any unit with 4 or less remaining HP. I really like this more than, for instance, exhausting a particular cost of unit, because if there's a unit with 6 HP remaining, deal 2 damage, then you can exhaust them. Sounds like fun. If you control 6 or more resources, you can deploy the Mandalorian, and you turn into a 6 cost, 4 power, 7 HP unit, and when you play an upgrade, you may exhaust an enemy unit with 6 or less remaining HP. Once again, it is remaining HP we're looking at here, so if they're a little bit too big at the time you want to do this, just get a bit of damage on them, and then you can go ahead and exhaust them. And that is going to be fun, that is going to help, that is going to shut down some of your opponent's options. I adore this. And of course, you don't have to exhaust the Mandalorian, which would be bad, because you do want to attack and you've got some nice stats here. But there's a lot of talk about upgrades here. You need to play an upgrade in order to actually use this. Well, how about the new upgrade Wanted? That you attach to a unit and it gains Bounty, Ready to friendly resources. Bounty being a new keyword skill, and when the unit is defeated or captured, its opponent collects its bounty. And you'll notice it is a 0 cost upgrade, yay, but you don't actually get anything for playing the upgrade. You have to capture or defeat the unit in order to gain it, and it gives plus 0 power, plus 0 HP. Which shouldn't surprise you, this is clearly designed to go on your opponent's unit. If we go back to the wording of the Mandalorian, when you play an upgrade, doesn't matter where the upgrade is played, this is clearly something you play on your opponent's unit, and then you go ahead and take the bounty. How do you go about capturing? Well, you need to play a card that lets you capture them. And of course, they've shown us one of those. We've got the Mandalorian's Rifle. You attach it to a friendly non-vehicle unit. 3 cost card gives you 3 more power. That's quite nice. And when played, if the attached unit is a Mandalorian, he captures an exhausted enemy non-leader unit. So you play down Wanted, put the bounty on them, and then the Mandalorian's Rifle lets you capture them, and then you've captured them and you get the bonus, which here is readying 2 friendly resources. What happens to the captured unit? Well, basically, they lose all of their upgrades, and they go face down under the guarding unit, which is the unit that captured them. And when the guarding unit leaves play, for whatever reason, the captured unit is rescued and goes back exhausted under its owner's control. That doesn't count as being played incidentally, so they don't get any when played abilities. Why do this rather than just capturing them? Well, that one is easy, because by doing it this way round, you get to actually make sure that they don't get when defeated abilities. So any abilities that kick in when they're defeated don't kick in here. And that makes a big difference. Or anything that would get them back from the discard pile if they were defeated doesn't get them back from the discard pile here. Make no mistake about it, there are several very good reasons why you would want to capture rather than defeat. But just nice and quickly, a couple examples would be so that they cannot be recovered from the discard pile, and so that they do not trigger when defeated abilities. This sounds fun. We can also have a look at Razor Crest, a 4-cost space unit with 3 power, 4 HP. It's got Restore 2, so when it attacks, it heals 2 damage to your base, yay. But also when played, you can return an upgrade from your discard pile to your hand. And of course, you know, Wanted is an upgrade, but it's a 0-cost upgrade. So playing Razor Crest to get Wanted back, you can then play it immediately because who cares? It doesn't cost you anything. You're getting it back as a fun little side benefit of playing Razor Crest, and you're then playing it for free. Jobs are good 'un. Oh, and then Grogu. Obviously Grogu. Grogu's a 2-cost unit. Obviously 0 power. I'm sorry, it's Grogu. 5 HP. Yes, I know. Look, I've seen The Mandalorian. We all know what Grogu can do, all right? You see where I'm going with this. But it's got an action where you exhaust Grogu to exhaust an enemy unit. Not unlike what we see on the undeployed version of The Mandalorian. What I really appreciate here, though, is any unit. Any unit whatsoever. There is no limiting factor here. Love it. And come on. Who saw that The Mandalorian was coming into the game and didn't immediately want to see Grogu? If I couldn't show you Grogu in this set, I would be frankly upset with myself. But I can, so I'm not. What about Moff Gideon? Well, here we've got, on the undeployed side, we've got the action whereby you exhaust Moff Gideon, attack the unit that costs 3 or less, and if it's an attacking unit, it gets +1 power for the turn. It's fine. It's alright. It's not too bad. Doesn't exactly fill me with joy, but that's not really the point now, is it? Because it's not supposed to be the world's most powerful leader. That's not where we're going here. But we've also then, when you deploy, and it deploys at 5 resources with your epic action, we've got 5 cost, 3 power, 6 HP, and you've got Overwhelm, which is that keyword skill whereby when you attack an enemy unit, any excess damage, i.e. damage you deal above and beyond their stated HP, goes to the opponent's base, which is a bit funny. And then each friendly unit that costs 3 or less gets +1 power and Overwhelm while attacking an enemy unit. This is really good. I love this skill. This skill is the kind of thing that makes me want to play this leader. We all like Mandalorian more than Moff Gideon, or at least I do, but holy moly, I like this skill. And sure, it's only for 3 cost or lower. Fine. But all of my 3 cost or lower units get +1 power and Overwhelm. That's big. They're beefier, and the excess damage they do goes onto the base. Come on, tell me that doesn't sound like an awful lot of fun. I think it sounds like fun. Just putting that out there. Yeah, so that's Moff Gideon, that's what you do. What kind of unit might you want here? How about Phase 3 Dark Trooper? 3 cost, 3 power, 3 HP. Nice and, nice and uniform there. And you've got Sentinel. So units cannot, ground units cannot attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. And when combat damage is dealt to this unit, you give an experience token, assuming, of course, that it survives the damage. Cool. That sounds like fun. We've then got Calculated Lethality. That is a 4-cost event card, and you defeat a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less. For each upgrade that was on that unit, give an experience token to the friendly unit. So clearly experience tokens are something that you're going to be playing around with a bit with the kind of Moff Gideon-ish cards. Seems to make perfect sense now, doesn't it? I love this. This kind of sounds like fun. Oh, and we had a ship for the Mandalorian. It'd be kind of rude if we didn't have a ship for Moff Gideon. We do have Gideon's light cruiser, 8 cost, 7 power, 8 HP. And of course it's got Overwhelm. That is obviously a real theme we're seeing here. And when played, if you control Moff Gideon as a leader or as a unit, you get to play a unit that costs 3 or less from your hand or discard pile for free. And yeah, fine, it has to be a villainy aspect. Okay. And fine, it has to be 3 or less. But playing a unit for free from your discard pile, bearing in mind that unit will then be buffed by 1 power and given Overwhelm by Moff Gideon as well. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot be the only person that thinks this sounds amazing. Because it clearly sounds amazing. Big fan of this. I think the Mandalorian is the cooler of the characters, but when I'm sitting here deck building, I'm looking at Moff Gideon and Gideon's light cruiser, and I'm like, yeah, mate, that sounds good. Although it's funny that Gideon's light cruiser gets your units back from the discard, and of course, we know that the Mandalorian wants to run around capturing people, so they can't come back from the discard. Ah, symmetry. Right, that's what you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. That's what has been revealed, and now it's over to you guys. How excited are you for set 2? How are you getting on with set 1? Bearing in mind, we know it's going to be kind of Outer Rim, Mandalorian, bounty hunters-ish. What are you realistically expecting to see from this set? What are you hoping to see? What makes you happy? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about, well, Star Wars Unlimited and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.